Hello! So one of the reasons I don't like to film in summertime specifically is our AC basically runs nonstop, which is good. It's keeping the room cool because we have a lot of reptiles that heat it up with their heat lights and stuff. I just feel like it's so much extra white noise. So hopefully iMovie can kind of cut that out, but I apologize if there's just like more white noise than normal. Darn AC. It's too hot to turn it off, so we kind of just film with it on. Probably already guessed what today's video is about just based off the title, but before we talk about that, let's go back about 5 months ago when I discovered the YouTuber Leafy Street. And how I discovered their channel was this video, Raising a Lesbian Gecko Army. As a lesbian and a reptile keeper myself, I was very intrigued. I had no idea what this was about. Basically, Leafy Street has mourning geckos. Because there are no male mourning geckos, the females reproduce by cloning themselves. So he is just letting them reproduce as they want to raise an entire army of lesbian geckos. That's amazing. I had never heard of mourning geckos before that. Instantly decided I'm going to have one of these someday. Didn't realize how soon that would be because literally the day after my birthday, July 7th, we're at Repticon, and I left with a new zoo member for the very first time. We stopped by the American-made exotics table and saw these gecko setups. And I instantly fell in love because they were so itty-bitty and I couldn't believe how tiny they were, and I love many things. When talking to the breeder, she said that they can live in this setup for couple more months and then we can get them set up in like a pretty small tank. They don't need a ton of space, they don't need a ton of care. As a belated birthday present, just bought me my first mourning gecko. I didn't put two and two together until we were in the car and I said, I think my favorite YouTuber as of late has these geckos, and sure enough, these are the same geckos that Leafy Street has. So we just said, happy birthday, pick out your new gecko. I didn't even realize I was buying the gecko that I had just told myself I want to have these someday. Isn't the universe funny how she works like that sometimes? Yes, in this setup is my new mourning gecko. Her name is Artemis. She's hiding right now. I'll try to get up a close-up video that I can throw up on the screen. As you can see, we paid $60 for her, but honestly, that was a really good deal because you get this gecko that will just end up reproducing consistently. And she's already in a setup she can live in for a while. I can reuse this setup for the next batch of babies. And yeah, it was just a really good deal. I'm in love with her already. I'm obsessed. She's terrified of me because I'm huge and she's very small. And then I see you, dear. But I love her. I just can't get over how tiny her little toes are. I did this side by side of how big Kronk is compared to her, and it's insane. She actually won't get much bigger than this either. She's only gonna get about 4 inches. So that's so cool to me. Look, I love my chameleons, but I've always wanted to eventually branch out and get other lizards. Hiccup the bearded dragon was kind of our first venture outside of chameleons, and so this is our first venture into sort of like micro lizards, which is very exciting. So I'm gonna put her back because I'm sure she's like, what is happening right now? So now that you've met Artemis, let's talk about her care. I know I said that her care is really easy, and that is true, but at the same time, her care requires different things than the chameleons. The chameleons, being full grown, they can eat bigger sized crickets, they can eat dubia roaches, bigger black soldier fly larvae, they can eat big stuff. She's micro tiny. I have to find all new bugs that she can eat, especially now while she's still growing. I've really been enjoying looking up what she can eat, what I need to buy. It's been so fun to like, I think with the chameleons, I love them to death, but I've definitely settled into the routine, right? Like, it's very repetitive in a very good way. And so having a new lizard where I have to do all new bugs, all new diet is just so exciting. That was actually a big reason why I was so excited to have Hiccup when Jess brought him home, because bearded dragons eat salad and the chameleons don't. So I was so excited to have a lizard that I could make salads for as well as feed bugs. It's just something new and it's so exciting because I love the chameleons, but you get into the habit, and as satisfying and rewarding as it is, it's fun to like, okay, let's mix it up a little bit, you know? So I'm gonna show you guys what I've been buying for Artemis. And the other thing about all this is that we don't know what Artemis likes, right? It's a lot of trial and error right now of figuring out what she likes. For example, I put crickets in her enclosure, like itty bitty little crickets. She didn't seem to like them, so I don't know if she's just unsure of these moving, bouncy bugs, or maybe she just doesn't like crickets. I don't know. That's enough rambling. Let's show you guys what I got. So mourning geckos are omnivores. They eat bugs as well as crested gecko diet, which I've never done the latter, so that was really exciting for me. I don't know what flavor she likes, so I bought 3. As you can see, I just opened the papaya. That's the one I'm trying today for the first time. Her little micro feeding ledge finally came, so I have something to put the food in. And then I also got apricot and watermelon. I love how colorful they are, and they're super easy. It's just a powder that you mix with water, and it becomes kind of like a soupy applesauce, like mashed fruit kind of consistency. Like, I've gotten used to feeding bugs because that's all the chameleons can eat, but it's very exciting to try something new. With Hiccup, it was salad, and with Artemis, it's the crested gecko diet. So we'll see which one she likes. And then because I was desperate to find food for her before the Pangea arrived, I went out and checked like all the local pet stores for whatever they had that was small enough, or if they had crested gecko diet, and PetSmart had Repashy. So I got the mango, same deal, powder that you add to water. It becomes that applesauce consistency, but it's just a different brand. Maybe she likes the mango the best. We'll find out. I don't know. It's a trial and error, like I said. So that's it for the fruit-based diet. Now let's move on to the bugs. The main bug that was recommended is flightless fruit flies. Now, I have actually fed these before. When I had Petrie, my baby chameleon. It's been a long time since I fed these though. The problem with the fruit flies though is they're so hard to see. Like, I put the first couple in on Monday and I could not see them. I was like, I can't tell if she ate anything because I don't even know where these flies are. And then today, my second order of bugs came from Josh's Frogs. I got itty bitty little black soldier fly larvae. As you know from previous videos, I use Simpson black soldier fly larvae for my chameleons, but they sell the extra small in a compost cup, and the lowest amount is 5,000. I don't need 5,000 itty bitty little worms. She's not gonna eat that many. I just couldn't justify paying that cost for something I'm just gonna probably end up dumping in our compost bin, which, like, that would be good, but I'm buying it mainly for her, so I decided to find a smaller cup, and Josh's Frogs sold a 50 count. And then this is brand new to me. These are bean beetles. I've never fed beetles before. I'm very excited. This is the fun part, is you get to try new bugs. They're very tiny. I saw like 2 when I opened it just to kind of look inside, and they are like, I think I told my mother-in-law they're like freckle size. They're very small. They have, like, as you can see, beans inside, so that is where they get their name. Last but not least, how do I keep track of what Artemis likes and doesn't like, and just the feeding schedule, etc.? Well, I keep a care journal. This is something that I actually started way back when I was living in Minnesota still, but I was really bad at like updating the journal. And so a couple years ago I said, you know what, I'm gonna get a brand new journal so I can track when I replace the UVB, when I'm feeding them, and I've been really good at actually logging things every time I do that. I have this one for the chameleons. This is from Do Hickle Designs, which is a small business, and I saw it on Instagram and immediately I was like, this is the perfect journal for the chameleons. Awesome. But I couldn't find a mourning gecko journal. I ended up getting this lesbian agenda one from Etsy because, again, lesbian army of geckos. And then this sticker from Threaded Tortoise on Etsy that I just put on the journal. So it's kind of a makeshift mourning gecko journal, but it works. So yeah, we don't have one for Hiccup because Hiccup is Jess's reptile. So I told her that if she wants a care journal, she should pick it out. Like, I'm not going to buy her. I don't want to assume that she likes a journal. Journals are so specific. I want to make sure she picks a design that she likes. So she hasn't gotten one yet, which that's her choice. So yeah, that's everything that I know / have right now. Like I said, trial and error. We'll see what she likes. And I'm excited. This is so fun. And she's so cute. I will tell you our future plans. When we build her bigger bioactive setup, we're actually planning on cohabitating herd with dart frogs. American-made exotics had a little info sheet next to their geckos that said they can cohabitate with dart frogs, and I didn't know that. Jess and I have wanted dart frogs for years. I just love how colorful they are. They're so gorgeous. I don't know which one we're gonna get. We're gonna have to research like the best ones to house with them, but I think it'll be super cool to build a little jungle and have colorful dart frogs and lesbian geckos. It's gonna be super dope. So that's the future. And that's gonna be a while, but we'll definitely have videos when that comes around. And yeah, I think I'll just finish this off with a couple cute videos of Artemis, kind of a throwback to my neat gypsum video, the very first lizard I ever got. And I hope you guys enjoy, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching!